What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and we got to talk about this one. You know, we've talked about the California mileage tax for a while, and they were like, "Oh, it's just a committee. Oh, it's just going to be this. Oh, they're just trying to pass something to allow us to continue to study the idea of passing a mileage tax." Well, we're going to get into the BS news report, and we're going to give you some facts. We're going to get into all that and more right after this. And if it ain't bad enough with what's going on with gasoline and everything else in California, oof. Guys, before we get into today's video, I got to talk about the giveaway we have on the channel. Our TRX extra entries is ending. There's 2 of those available. That's at the time of me recording this. They could be gone already, but we did go ahead, as you guys requested, when we launched the TRX, that, hey, how come we can't do that for the Chrysler 300? So the Chrysler 300 Hellcat has that same 20 order availability up for you guys to do that as well. And once they're gone, they're gone. It'll say sold out on it. And there'll just be the regular stuff that's up there. Now, if you want to get in and get a chance to win, you go over to tk'sgarage.bigcartel.com. Link will be in the description. So let's talk about this one. So California has been trying for, they did pass some sort of a mileage tax that was tied to real estate last year, right, in 2025. And it looks like they have now just pushed this up through their Senate and their Assembly, their House, to renew this study that they've been doing for 10 years to impose a mileage tax. Well, newsflash, outside of what some media is saying it's not, it's actually a tax, and some media is saying, oh, no, it's not. I'm going to run the one clip here so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and then we'll come back and discuss.
Study about a possible new mileage tax for California drivers is leading to a pretty big debate.
This following a Democratic-authored bill that passed the Assembly last week along party lines. It's now headed to the Senate. ABC 10 State Matters political reporter Jenny Huh joins us now to break it all down.
So, Jenny, the question is, will there be a new tax?
No, there will not be. The bill does not propose a new tax on Californians. It actually just continues a committee and study started over a decade ago about eventually replacing the state's gas tax with a vehicle miles travel tax as Californians increasingly turn away from gas-powered to clean energy vehicles. And so your belief seems to be that all road users should pay their fair share. Right.
Yes. Democratic Assemblymember Lori Wilson, author of AB 1421, the so-called mileage tax bill in the hot seat, says that is the reason for her legislation.
And when it comes to our declining gas tax revenue and our transportation infrastructure, we're not quite there yet. And so we need to get quite there.
Declining gas tax revenue, with California working to achieve carbon neutrality by 2045, in part by increasing zero-emissions vehicles. The gas tax is set at just 61 cents per gallon, the highest rate nationwide.
How do we then do a transition? Like, what does that look like? How do we build the infrastructure?
That conversation ongoing since the 2010s, with the establishment of a road usage charge technical advisory committee tasked with seeing if that tax replacement would be doable.
A vehicle would pay based upon the amount of mileage it travels, sort of like when we do toll roads.
AB 1421 requests an extension of that committee until 2035 and for a study to be completed for the legislature by January 2027 to
determine whether or not first it would work to replace the gas tax eventually.
So like I said, is it actually a mileage tax? From the way that the bill is currently written, it looks like it's for them to renew it in committee, but it also allows them, when they pass this, if the committee wants to advance it, they can advance it. It's not like something where it becomes a ballot measure and the people in California get to vote on it. They could just push it through. That's what this does. So while the media in some cases is saying it's right because it's not a direct actual tax yet, it is though, because how many times have we seen California officials, if you give them power to do anything, they will just run roughshod. Like you'll give them this much and they'll do this, right? So this goes through, they're literally just going to go, okay, cool, bang. Now we're just going to impose this shit. Now it doesn't affect me. I don't live in California. I live in Nevada. I live in Texas. I live in Mississippi. Those are the 3 states that I have addresses or homes. So I'll put it like this. I feel sorry for you guys in California. You guys are literally getting railed with no lube right now between gas prices and now this. And it also brings up all kinds of privacy concerns, because how are they going to verify it? I tell you how they're going to verify it. They're also going to institute that safety inspection BS. So not just a smog check where they check your mileage, because they know that they're probably going to lose the ability to do that here in the near future. So they've already got this system in place where they're going to do safety inspections. That's where they want to make sure that the brakes that you have on your car are CARB approved, because that's puts out worse emissions than cars now. That's a shocker. I thought it was all about diesel trucks and cars and how bad it was. Now it's brakes. Come on, man. So they're going to make sure you have CARB approved brake pads. They're going to make sure that your cats look good. They're going to make sure that you have appropriate tread on your tires, which I don't have a problem with that. I had safety inspections in Massachusetts growing up, had safety inspections in Virginia when I lived there, outside of Arlington. I had safety inspections. Yeah, we had them out of Dulles too. But I had safety inspections when I lived in Virginia. We had inspections in North Carolina, but it was mostly just your turn signals. Like, it wasn't like a real, we didn't get an inspection sticker. They just put it in the system so you could renew your registration. Oh man. So apologize if you're hearing sirens and stuff in the background, guys. It's a little interesting here at the moment. But I will say this. The mileage tax is most likely going to become a thing. And in order for them to do it, means they're going to have to put in these safety inspections. It's going to cause it's a massive privacy concern for me, and I'm sure it is for most people, and it probably will get tied up in courts for a while. But knowing how the judiciary is in California, probably not too long. They're probably going to side with what the state wants to do. And if you live there, if you think it's already expensive, be prepared to reach over and grab your ankles, because you're going to spend another $200 a year just for this bullshit inspection. Not to mention 2 cents a mile is what they're talking about over the year. And I know you're going to say, well, TK, I only drive like 12,000 miles a year. So, how much is that going to be? Well, let's look. 0.0, I don't know, $240 extra in taxes. So you'll pay $200 for a safety inspection. You'll pay $200 for a safety inspection. You'll pay $240 on 12,000 miles a year in mileage. And if you're somebody like me, who I just put 30-something thousand miles on the M5 before we gave that car away, yeah, you're going to spend a lot of money. You're going to spend $500, $600, $700 a year in taxes just because you drove somewhere. Not because you did anything, not because you spent anything. You got taxed on the fuel. You got taxed on you driving. You're getting taxed for them to inspect your friggin' car. Not to mention, and that's not including the smog check and the registration. California, by far, will become the most expensive state to own an automobile. No doubt in my mind. Not at all. So I'll leave the question to you. How do you guys feel about this? I know that there's going to be a change of governor here later this year, and it's probably going to be a Republican. But there's only so much that the governor is going to be able to do unless they can get the appropriate number of assemblymen and senators in the House in California. If they can't get enough people in there, yeah, the governor can veto everything that the Dems put up. But if they don't get enough opposite party in their government in California, the governor being Republican just basically stops the madness for a few years, but doesn't really change anything. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.